Hi everybody, that in the background is Christchurch, and I'm going to take you on a little tiki tour of Christchurch as I tell my story about what happened today with my speech anxiety, if you like. That's my new phrase for stuttering. I think it more aptly describes what's going on sometimes. So we had a walk around Christchurch. I met some people that I hadn't met before. I have been doing a lot of asking questions, so challenging myself, just pushing it up to the next level, and trying to check in as well at the same time to see how I'm feeling with certain things, and focusing on that speech anxiety to see where is my anxiety at the moment, what am I doing, being present, etc, 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 and also disclosing. That was one of the key things today. So let's get on with the show. Now, some of this clip's got a little bit of sound in it, so I pulled the sound down. Hopefully it's not copyrighted, but let's take you on tour of what happened today. And this is in the square, the CBD of Christchurch, New Zealand. It's World Buskers Festival, and this is my first interaction with busking. He had just concluded his presentation, his entertainment, if you like, and he is asking for any notes that ended with a zero, which I thought was quite cheeky, actually. We don't want like $1 or $2 coins that you get over here, or even $5 notes. $10 notes up, and somebody got a special mention because they gave 20. As you see, beautiful sunny day, not particularly warm today, but I was on my way. I'd been doing some work where I'd gone to a few auctions and asked a few questions, and they had done quite well, actually, including one where I went into a shop, and I'll just give a little bit of personal information. I've got a video of where I went away to Lake Camp, but I have sleep apnea, so I need a CPAP machine. When you're out in the middle of the country, there's no mains electricity, so I went into a shop and I explained what the situation was and asked if there was a solution. Apparently there is. It's a solar panel, which isn't really what I wanted. That would cost $1,000 and not really worth it. This here is the back of the Christchurch Cathedral. Christchurch Cathedral? Yes, it is. Thought it might be Canterbury. But this is the back. As you can see, as we're just walking along, it's obviously behind this fence. This suffered a lot of damage in the earthquake, which was probably about 14 years ago now. And they were going to repair it. They started repairing it, and I think they may have given up. But you can see a little bit of this, a little bit of the damage maybe in there. It's a little bit of the wind, a lot of the structural support up there, and across the road is where I'm going to meet my LinkedIn person, someone that I met on LinkedIn. Hadn't actually met them in person. There's a lovely mural, and this is another side of the cathedral. Now, just talking about when I'm meeting this person at the cafe, this is, I can't even remember who it was, but sometimes when you go on LinkedIn, which is that business social media type of thing, you connect with a lot of people that you may be friends of friends, but you may not have met them, or friends of connections, but you may not have met them. And this is one of my goals, to actually meet more and more people. And of course, in a couple of weeks' time, I'm starting a networking group, or at least I'm going to try to. We'll see how it goes. So I thought this would be a great opportunity for me to meet a new person, see if there's some synergies that we can work together, but also have another person who can give me some feedback on my networking if she's available to turn up, and she might be. So this is just the cathedral from another angle. You can see that it's all kind of shored up so that the weather doesn't get in. This is Turanga. I'm not too sure with my Māori pronunciation. And over there is the new convention centre, which looks pretty flash from the outside. Never been on the inside. So I went into the cafe, just did a little bit of filming. This is a Lego extravaganza, and that's the inside of the Canterbury library, the new library. Quite impressive architecture, at least for New Zealand anyway. This was the cafe. Just thought if there's any tourists watching this, you can see what exorbitant prices you're going to be having to pay, but the food is very, very nice. Anyway, had my meeting. That went really good. I thought I spoke quite well. I had a block on Delft, which is a type of Dutch pottery. I've blocked on Delft before in the past. So when that's happening, I'm reliving past events, and you got to change that. And one of the things when I blocked on it, I held myself in the block and I was trying to mindfully see what's going on. Where's my tongue? Where am I pushing? What's going on? I couldn't actually work it out, but I managed to drop it after a while and then picked it up on the next breath and went into Delft. Usually when I'm blocking, I'm pushing too hard. My tongue is pushing too hard in whatever situation, whatever position it is in my mouth. I do know that. So I'm present enough to work that out. I just wasn't present enough to work, or smart enough, or relaxed enough to work it out that first time. But I'm finding lately that I'm coming to some sounds and I'm being gentle on myself. So for example, if I thought I might block or stutter on the word stop, I'm going into stop and I'm using that. So I'm using hit and hold to go through it, and I'm feeling really, really good about it. So the meeting went fantastic. Hopefully made a new friend, as I say. Very interesting person. Walked out of here, the wind was blowing. This is going past the convention centre that we saw before. Get a shot of me in the windows here. I'm on a little crusade to lose weight, as you can see. I need to. So that's the Cathedral Square entrance. And over there, that's another shot of the cathedral, of course. There's not too much going on here, but I just thought people haven't actually seen Christchurch before, or they see this person on YouTube and wondering, well, where does he live? So this is New Zealand. It's a bit different after the earthquake, still rebuilding, as I say, 14 years later. This is walking down to, one of the things with Christchurch is a lot of people don't go into town a lot, and it's on a bit of a grid system. It's quite hard to remember some of these streets. This one here is Worcester Street, I think, walking towards the river, the Avon River. And here is the Avon River. You can kind of see it in the background there. Better shot here. The Avon River goes all the way to the sea, but of course it would. You can just see, I think you can see little cracks. Can I show that on screen? Little cracks down there. So there's still remnants of the earthquakes. Obviously the bridge wasn't cracked, but that's maybe a little bit of the plaster. I don't know if that's from the earthquake or not, but after the earthquake there was cracks everywhere. There are a lot of buildings that came down either, and not too many came down with the earthquake, but a lot of them were brought down because of structural damage after the earthquake. A little arty shot. And now we're walking past what you call the Strip. Series of nightclubs and restaurants and stuff like this. This is the Avon again. A lot of people feed. There's actually, in that water there are eels, and they're very friendly. You can just put little, I think they eat bread, probably heaps of other stuff as well, but a lot of kids go down and feed the eels, and the ducks play around as well because there's food. And you'll see we're heading towards more of those buskers. This is another location, obviously. So the buskers must be in quite a few places. I thought they used to be over in Hagley Park, which is over that way, as you see it on the screen. But they may have just moved into, pardon me, the CBD, because there's more people. Maybe they're in Hagley Park at the weekend. There's our police, our constabulary, if you like. This, by the way, is just shot on an iPhone 13. It's pretty stable because it didn't look very stable when I was walking along holding it. And this is part of me walking along past what we call Riverside Market, which is a reasonably new addition to the city. And you can eat outside. There's another bit called Little High. Now, in between those shots, I went back to, I actually went swimming. That's right. I came home, went swimming, and then met up with one of my friends who's another YouTuber, Danny the Heck. And he said, we're going out for a meal, so I just followed in. One of the things, like, it's quite cool when you take little shots like this for a day out, because Danny and I have been doing stuff like this for quite a long time now, maybe a couple of years, and some of these, it's just fascinating if you go around to your friends and having a few drinks and you stick one of these on, you haven't seen it for ages, and they're quite entertaining, even if it's not that entertaining right at the moment. This is Little High, and a lot of people come here for lunch and after work. This is after work. Sorry for the quality of the video. And I'm about to run into Danny's partner. This lady just walking around the corner right there. There she is.
Hello. Good to see you. Go after me and let
And here's Danny and his dog Pixel. And just having a look around. And that basically concludes our video. So that's it. So a very interesting day. I've been working a lot last several months from home, and of course I've been doing videos on stuttering, and I just thought I'd mix it up a little bit by showing you part of what my day was. But speech wise, I'm learning so much doing those videos and being conscious of what I'm doing and what I need to do as well. And if you remember on one of those past videos going, well, I don't just stutter, I elongate, I block, I stutter, I avoid situations, avoid social situations, blah, 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 blah. So I think that's one of the real big epiphanies for me, was when that person said, you've got good speech, why don't you just show us or tell us what you do? What is the one thing you do to get the speech that you've got? And it's not one thing. It's not one thing, and you've got to keep working at it. So you need to identify, what are the things that I do with my speech or because of my speech or around my speech, and work out a strategy to approach each one of those. And that's what we've done in a series of videos, and that's what we'll be doing for the next few weeks, with identifying some of those things and what I'm coming up with. My speech has improved at least 100% since I've been doing this in the last 2 or 3 months, and I'm really happy that I'm getting courageous. And that's one of the things, because my confidence in my speech is getting higher, and I'm still making blips, as you would have seen on this video, but I'm learning a few things that I can say what I want to say when I want to say it. Sometimes I might need to use hint and hold. I may need to use certain tools, or want to use certain tools that put me in the best position to get a good outcome. Remember, we're likely, from all intents and purposes, predisposed to stuttering. So if we leave everything alone, we're probably just going to stutter. There may be things that have changed on people that have overcome it, that they're not aware of. Some people have worked on things and they have shared that, and that's kind of some of the things that I've passed on. When I've learned something, I've passed it on if I found that it works for me. So just keep at it, keep the practice going. And one of the things that I was thinking over the weekend, I need to do more videos, I need to talk more, because the best exercise for running is running, and the best exercise for speaking is speaking. So until next time, hope you enjoy Christchurch, and bye for now.